Why should you write subtext into your story? Well, other than the fact you can add depth and complexity to your writing, it's simply fun. That's why I'm discussing the art of writing subtext. Say one thing, mean another. Let's get started. Hey guys, Nour here, and welcome back to my channel. For those visiting for the first time, hello! I'm the fantasy author of the novel Divinity Falling. If you'd like to see more writing advice videos that will help you take your story to the next level, consider subscribing to my channel. So one of my favorite things to do in my stories is create subtext. This can look something like characters saying one thing but meaning another. I think adding subtext is a great way to make your characters and their world realistic. That's because we often say things or do things that mean something else. For example, you might tell your friends that you're tired and can't go to a party. But really, what you're thinking is that you want to avoid seeing your ex. This is subtext, and we do it all the time. So it's only natural for our characters to do it too. And here are some tips for writing context. Number 1, know your characters. The best place to start is with your characters, because it's all about them. This is their story, so figure out their wants, needs, fears, and desires. Also, consider their flaws and insecurities. Once you have a better idea of what makes them tick, you could use subtext to reveal their thoughts and desires. For example, let's say your character is afraid of commitment. To create subtext, you write instances where their long-term partner wants to discuss long-term plans. Then, because your character is afraid of commitment but doesn't want to say it, they change the subject. Number 2, use dialogue. Dialogue is one of my favorite ways to convey subtext. Again, this is where your characters say one thing but mean another. Keep in mind, this doesn't necessarily mean they're lying. Sure, sometimes characters lie to lie, but there are moments when characters say something simply because they don't want to admit what's on their mind. So let's say they want to date their crush, but because they're scared of rejection, they might say something like, "I'm not really interested in dating right now." Or a character who's scared might say something like, "I feel a bit uneasy." That way they don't admit how scared they are. Number 3, use body language. Your character's body language and facial expressions can also be a great way to convey subtext. Think about the times you've gone up to a person to see if they're okay simply because they looked upset or sad. Sometimes people even say things like, "I'm fine," even though they're frowning and clearly bothered. So nonverbal cues are huge for creating subtext. Just because your characters say something doesn't mean it's true, and their body language can hint at the subtext. And number 4, don't overdo it. While subtext is awesome, it becomes unnatural if you write it into every scene and interaction. So keep it subtle. People aren't always hiding their emotions and thoughts, and neither are your characters. Yes, there are moments when they say one thing and mean another, but not everything they say should be a lie, unless they're an unreliable narrator. So that's all I have for you today. I'd love to know, what are some examples of subtext in your story? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out writing advice videos every other Wednesday that will help you take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne, Alan J. Early, and Noah Kovansi from my shout outs here over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And remember, Nour for president!